it gonna be? How you gonna be? Who you gonna be? What's it gonna be? How you gonna be? Who you gonna be? What's it gonna be? How you gonna be? Who you gonna be? There are 13 energy centers in and outside of your body, below your feet and above your head. They're called your chakras. Your chakras govern your reality. They make your life happen. They're fueled by your subconscious thoughts, your life force, your action, sexual energy that exists in all of us, creating from the vibration that flows within us. Constant, consistent creation, directed by the choices that we make. You have the right to be who you're supposed to be, so what's it gonna be? You are the master of your vibration. Feed your mind for elevation. There is no time for contemplation. The time is now. So what's it gonna be?
We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks. We give thanks for this sacred moment in time. We give thanks for this sacred space. We give thanks for all that is. We give thanks for our connection to everything. We give thanks to everything that is a part of us, everything that is within and without. We give thanks to our connection to the divine spirit. We thank you. We thank you. We sit in the seat of the gratitude in this moment. We ask that our ears are open to hear that which needs to be heard. We ask that our eyes are open to see that which needs to be seen. We ask that everything and all things continue to happen in divine order for the highest good of all. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks. Ashe. Amen Ra, Mayat.
Giving thanks and gratitude and grace for all things. Giving thanks and gratitude for grace for all that's tuning in and tapping into the frequency of the grand rising of the Matriarch. We pay homage to our ancestors, to all those who have walked before us. We honor you. We lift you up. We pour water. We spew the gin. We call your name 3 times. We pay homage to all those who stood and fought. We pay homage and honor all those who held the sacred space, who wanted to fight, but who could not fight, but held the space. We pay homage and honor to all those known and unknown, sung and unsung heroes. We pay homage and reverence to all those who refuse to cross the waters to the unknown and land down at the bottom of the deep, dark, mortal waters. We pay homage. We honor you. We're running your errands. We're speaking your words. We are because you are. You are because we are. We thank you, ancestors. We thank you, Egungun. We thank you for being the fence around us, for watching us, keeping us safe from all hurt and harm. We thank you. We will continue to pour water. We will continue to spew the gin. We will continue to call your name 3 times. We will continue to lift up the legacies that you left. We will continue to walk in your courage and your strength and your wisdom. We say our shady spirits. We honor you in reverence. Ashe, Amira, Maya. To, to, to.
Ashe. The grand rising of the matriarchs. We are very, very grateful for everyone who is tuning in with us on this divine time. We give thanks for all those who are listening, even if it's not live. We give thanks. I am here myself. I'm Minister Reddy, Sakira Rahwa. I'm Minister im-ojyemi. I'm Minister SEG 13. Shout out to mastervibration13.com. You can check us out. Tonight, we are going into the womb. Wombversations for the Wombtress. And I'm pretty sure you've never heard it quite like that before. That's very, very interesting that Ia has put that together for us in this way this evening. Wombversation for the Wombtress. And we're going to go in tonight as to why we have placed those words in such a way. Because we understand that words are important and words are spells and they have meaning and intention. So it's important to be mindful of the vibration that's coming with what we are word sounding. So Wombversations for the Wombtress. When I think about that, the first thing that came to my mind is a conversation with myself, but specifically with my womb. And I am the wombstress. Instead of being called the woman, the wombstress. And I know you have a deep explanation about instead of being called the woman, being called the wombstress, going back to the spelling and the spells of words and the vibration of words. I'm Minister Iya.
Well, when we say the word "whoa, man," when you hear the word "whoa," what does that connotate for you? Whoa.
It's like
problem.
Whoa, you gotta take heed, caution.
Yes. Mm-hmm. You know, whoa. You know, when you whoa, it means that something is going on. Somebody's going through some changes. There's a sadness. So there's nothing sad about us. You know what I mean? There's nothing. Why do we have to be a whoa? No. We're a womb. We're a wombtress. Now, we could be a womb man, but we're not a whoa anything.
The whoa. Because a lot of people would be like, well, what about the woo? And even woo is like, oh, woo child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's still bringing on that same vibration of like, hold up, something's going on. Mm-hmm. Madness, confusion, be on guard, be on high alert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what about the Wombversation?
Well, the Wombversation is, replace the word kind, and you have womb. Our womb has a voice. Our womb has a sound. And our womb carries a Wombversation. She Wombversations with us on a daily basis. But because we have not paid attention to the Wombversations, we can't hear her speak. So often we say, oh, well, my gut told me this. That's not your gut. That's your womb.
So that's another way that they have basically hid that power and given it that voice to the gut when it's really coming from the womb.
Yes. If you don't want a Wombtress to know her source, her power center, what do?
You hide, or you dumb it down. You hide that the fact of the power that is there, or you make it seem like it's not as valuable as it really is. Like it's just, it's just on the shelf, if you will.
Yes. And so often, growing up, the Wombversation is going on. When we're little bitty children, the Wombversation is going on. But we've been dumbed down so much till we ignore the Wombversations. She has a song. She has a melody. She has a key. She has a rhythm. She has a word sound. Do we know the sound that she vibrates from? Can we hear the Wombversations? Because so often we neglect her. We neglect her by the clothes we wear, the girdles, the too tight pants. Then we got the pants and the panties on. She can't breathe. We don't massage her. We don't look at her. We don't have a Wombversation with her. We just totally ignore her. But if we truly are going to bring back the Matriarch, if we truly stand in the Matriarch Ashe, then we have to honor her. She is our power source. She carries the power. She carries life. She's creation within itself. She's beyond creation. When you're word sounding, where do you word sound from?
Do a word sound from your, they would say your gut, but that's really from your womb. From your essence. That's because even when you really speak, you can feel like that's what's moving, and your so-called gut, which would be your stomach, is way farther up.
Yes. So when you word sound, when you have a Wombversation and you Wombversation from your womb, there's a power. There's a source. And you can truly understand, you can feel when a sister is coming from her womb, when the Wombtress is word sounding from her womb. When the Wombversation is coming from the Wombtress womb, you can feel the energy in the Ashe. You can automatically feel when she's inwardly tapped in to her power source and her power center. It's in the sway of her hips. It's in her walk. But we got to take those heels off because they're tilting our pelvic, and our womb is out of balance.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't come here in heels. We came here in HEEL, on our heel. When we started wearing shoes, we wore shoes that would build our ankles and keep us flat.
Mm-hmm.
So now society gives us these 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 high heels, do that not look painful? So just imagine what our Wombversation is trying to get us to see or to think and to feel. Do you know what key the Wombversation is coming from as a Wombtress? Do we know the secret garden, that she is a garden and she has a melody? There's a song I want each sister, if they have an opportunity to listen to, is The Secret Garden. The garden is your womb. And if you really look at your vagina and your womb, they're right there together, you can see the garden.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you hold your ankh, I shared last week that the ankh is truly the womb, the fallopian tubes, and the vulva. How do you hold your ankh?
You hold the bottom portion of it, the long part, which is the vaginal canal.
So why wouldn't you hold the top, which is the womb? Now, when you get an opportunity, I want you to go back and look at all the pictures in Kemet, and all the deities are holding their ankh from the womb part.
Okay.
So if they're holding the ankh from the womb part, what's the power source and power center?
The womb.
Ashe.
And not the vaginal canal, like many women insist on.
But those are the mysteries and the magic that we don't pay attention to, because we haven't been taught the value of the womb. Even we go and get a womb steam, the sisters don't understand how deep and intense that is. When I first got my first vaginal womb steam, every brother that I ever slept with just went in that stool. It was so profound that I had to learn how to do it. That's how profound it was for me. That's the magic I felt. That's what showed me what my womb was all about. I didn't know either. And then I immediately found the sister who was doing it. And I called. I'm like, can you come to my city? If I got enough sisters together, would you come to teach us? I didn't learn to want to help others. I wanted to be able to get my own self, my own steam. Because I found the value in it. How it released all those old memories and old trauma.
Yeah, when I hear people mention yoni steaming, I don't often hear them speaking of those benefits. I more so hear the tightening and the wetness, and it's always more on a more gratifying, sexual gratifying type of thing. So sexual gratification is more leaning towards that and than actual healing. And sadly, like we was talking about before, it's kind of the things that have been deemed sacred are turning into like a fad. Like it's moving into a fad.
I think it has a lot sometimes to do with the practitioner who is doing the steam. Well, my steams are sacred, and I treat it as a sacred act. You just don't get on my stools. No. there's a Wombversation between Wombstresses before you are allowed on my stool. And there's some preparation before you get on the stool that, do we massage our womb? Do we even try to feel her? So I get the Wombstresses get to prepare for the womb. This is all a part of the healing process. Because the most sacredest thing on you is your womb. She has a Wombversation for you if you can open to receive it. You said open your eyes and open your ears. Well, she has eyes and she has ears. And she has a heart and she has a beat. She has a rhythm. She's the drum.
She has her own song.
She has her own song. And when you feel that drum beat, it's for some reason, what starts to move when you feel the drum beat?
Your lower half, your hips.
Yes.
Side to side.
So that means that she's answering the call to who she is. Your back of heel. If the drum is a woman, if the drum is a wombstress, well, wombtresses, our Wombversation, it's what carries us. But we have to honor. It goes back to honor, value, radiate, create, generate, erect. All this ties, everything comes right back to the wombstress and the womb and the Wombversation.
Our minister SCG 13 mentioned that a lot of the war against the womb, the conversation has been kind of taken away from women in the form of hysterectomy, just removing the whole womb from the woman or from the wombstress.
Yeah. But where does that start from? A piece of trauma. So when the womb isn't healthy, she bleeds a certain way. You have fibroids, you have PCOS, you have endometriosis. All those things sit in that trauma center. They're in our trauma. They start from trauma. Starts in the womb, of the mother, because she's feeding that umbilical cord, and whatever she's feeding you, it goes right into your womb. And then you come, birth, and sometimes you have trauma from birth, and it manifests in your womb. We don't take care of it. Goes back to how you take care of her and honoring her. And there are some sisters who have no trauma, no womb issues, but still have no value of their womb. So sure, they know how important the womb is. So yes, if I can get you a hysterectomy, I'm going to do that. But we can heal our womb with Wombversation. We can heal our wombs from loving her, treating her well, healing the trauma, massage, womb steams, herbs, sound. Those can remove all that trauma where you don't have to have a hysterectomy. Take sugar out your diet. Take dairy out your diet. Everybody, I don't tell people how to eat, but there's just certain things that are detriment to your womb.
Right.
Some people have to have meat in their diet. So if you have to have those things, get it organic. But you don't have to have sugar.
Right. You could do without that. That's just a drug, really.
Yes. Now, if you want to drink, you got to have dairy, do the goat side of it. If you just got to have milk, goat milk is more healthy than any other kind of milk on the market. Unless, the almond, if you make your own. But what I'm saying is we have to pay attention because the Wombversation is telling you exactly what's going on at all times.
So
there's a war on the melanated sisters, period.
Right.
Since they toppled over the temples, the matriarch has been on the warpath. But I don't care what kind of warpath, it's over for the matriarch, for the patriarch energy. It's over.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can't, they know that. That's why the war is even stronger now. And so to the people, to the sisters, to the brothers, to the communities that will not usher in this golden age, and whatever role and part that you played in the topple of the matriarch, you're not going to survive on this planet. So one thing is imperative for us to understand the role and the keys that we played in the topple of the matriarch. We are the keepers, but are you the keeper of your womb? Or you are the keeper of yourself? Because it starts with self. And our Wombversation with the Wombtress.
I minister SCG 13. No, finish your thought before I go in on this.
I just want to say loyalty to her, loyalty to self, acknowledging her on a daily basis. Give her a name. Massage her. Listen to the frequency. She's already moist and dark. She's already moist. You just got to see her in her true state.
I can definitely speak on how powerful it is to actually have such a connection with your womb that you name her. I learned that from you many years ago, Iya, and it has been very transformational, and it has opened that line of communication because this isn't something that we are told, that this is our guide, that our womb is there to guide us. Our womb is what is telling us who is right for us and what isn't right for us. And it is that intuitive faculty that most people will accredit to the mind, but that connection to the womb, it is really, really the greatest source of power when you realize that you have that. And I can say that since I have learned that, it has been a whole nother level of intimacy with myself. And when you speak of, I want to touch on something real quick. When you speak on massage, people might think masturbation, but we're not even talking about on that level. When we speak about looking at our wombs, looking at our vaginas and knowing and looking at it like a really like a flower and honoring her. Like this is beautiful. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I think seldom times a lot of women only look at their vaginas when they're washing it. Because we weren't taught to have that connection with her in that manner. It's almost was like a taboo place on our body. So that is very deep. That is very deep. The Wombversation, to realize yourself as a wombtress. It even sounds and feels powerful, the utterance of it. I wanted to share something that, because you bring up the Matrix, that's one of your favorite movies, and the scene with the Oracle. So Minister Jameson, he shared with Minister SCG 13 the Latin, the breakdown of the Matrix, meaning the origin in Latin, and it goes back to womb. And when I saw that, it just reminded me of the Oracle and the conversation that she was having with Neo, and Neo like questioning her, like, well, if you already know what I'm gonna do and what I'm gonna say, what's really going on? And she's like, had told him, she told him, you're not here to find the answer, because you already answered it, but you're not here to figure out, because you already made the decision. You're not here to figure out the decision. It's already been made. You're here to figure out why you made the decision, like to be here, because you already made it, like prior to your current realization. You've been made the decision to come down here. And I just that connection just made me go into that Matrix scene. But yes, the Matrix, the womb. Our womb,
yes. The womb. She's the most powerful thing on the planet. Why do you think they're trying to destroy her? Have been trying since the beginning of time. We just don't know how powerful she is. We just don't know. But she's our power source and our power center.
Yes.
She's the energetic frequency. She's a black hole. She's a primordial water. She's creation itself. She guides. She leads. She directs. She respects. She recalls. She restores. There's nothing that she can't do. She won't lead you. She's your ancestor. So all the wombs that are in your bloodline resides in your womb. Your grandmother, your great-grandmother, your great-great-great-great-great-great, how for centuries and centuries, all that wisdom is stored right there in your womb. Wombtress.
And this is how we are born. We are born with this.
Yes. Centuries. A womb. And each womb. And each wombtress as far back as the roots go in your bloodline, sits in your Wombtress. So the Wombversations are ancient. If you can tap into their frequency. You hear some Wombsters say, "Oh, that's an old soul." That soul is still in tune to all those bloodline wombs, and can hear the Wombversation. So they're speaking from those.
That's true.
Yes. So not only are we just dealing with our mother's womb, we're dealing with a whole generation after generation after generation before us.
Mm-hmm.
I have some
So that's why it's important for us to heal the trauma and the drama and the womb, so we can have the Wombversation. So we can step into our divine birthright of sacredness.
Mm-hmm.
So we can embrace the mothers. Sometimes the Wombversation is so strong with the Wombstress, some Wombstress just lose their mind.
Wow.
Lose sight of who they are. Can just imagine centuries of wombs inside of your womb. And if you truly are tapped in to the frequency and that current, because we're currency, and if you're not centered,
grounded,
and rooted, I like the word rooted.
Okay.
Because if you're not centered and rooted, you can lose your mind. Because just as well as you have a beat in the heart, in the center, you have a beat in the womb.
And you know, what really has me feeling some type of way is in regards to the womb talking and the portion as far as losing your mind. Because society will have you feel, or the so-called, we talked about that, the labels, these labels, schizophrenia, this, that, and the third, whatever these labels are as far as the, people being mentally disabled, if you will. Because they hear things or they see things. And this is something that we naturally have the ability to do. As you said, the womb sees and hears, has eyes and ears. And it's just shedding a light on all of these instances of so-called schizophrenia and what have you, and whatever the rest of the labels are, when one is not grounded and centered and doesn't have this information, this awareness, and the conditioning and the trauma on top of all of that, it would definitely cause one to go crazy. I could imagine that, because I hear I hear conversations. You understand what I'm saying? And it's not always coming from one voice, but I have an awareness and a groundness and a centeredness and a knowing of who I am and what I come from, that this is a part of my ashe, that I do have these messages, if you will. You know, sometimes they're directing for me and sometimes they're for somebody else. But at the same time, it is there. And I can very much understand is that awareness and that centeredness and that rootedness, as you said, is not there, it can cause one to go off. I know Minister SDG 13, she is speaking about the poison of the wound through the food and through the mind. And you touched on the food as far as the dairy. And like you said, it's not that we are judging anybody based upon what they eat or telling anyone. We're giving suggestions to better yourself and to also share knowledge so that you are aware of these taboos, if you will, because some things are just not meant for us to intake, or because if we do intake them, it's going to cause issues within our body. And if we love and value ourselves, we would just seek a higher level of eating. We eat to live, not live to eat, right?
Right. And so if you have to eat meat, because some people have to eat meat. I'm not going to sit here and say just because I have a plant-based diet that I'm in it. No, I choose to have a plant-based diet based on the energy medicine that I use. But if you're going to eat those things, buy them organic.
Right.
Buy a better quality. What do they call that when they kosher?
Kosher. Find you a butcher, idle butcher. Halal.
Yes, because it's how that animal has been, should I say, life has been taken. You don't want that fear to be in when you're not buying of a higher quality, when it's not organic, or when it's not, when the life has been taken from that animal. How has that life been taken?
Right.
Does that animal set up fear? So
right.
I try not to get into diet, because that's a touchy subject. But I'm just saying, for me, if a sister can take away the sugar, because you don't have to eat sugar. There's all kind of alternatives out here. But if you want to not have a healthy baby, eat sugar. I can guarantee you that baby will not come out being at its best.
Right.
Sugar makes you dumb. Sugar dumbs you down. Now, I'm going to stand on that. Give a baby some sugar and see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a book called Sugar Blues. Sugar makes you dumb. That's why it was given to the Eskimos and rotted their teeth out. They had never had sugar before. The only thing they had was sugar cane. So that white sugar gets in your joints and it crystallizes.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's in your joints, it's in every molecular structure, naughty, meridian, atom of your body. And it's crystallizing.
So that's interrupting the flow.
Yes.
That's making everything hard.
Yes. And your pineal gland and your womb are the same. The clitoris of your womb is just like the pineal gland.
Mm-hmm.
So if something that's sacred on a sister is always hidden, it's not to be seen. There's power in that whole area.
It's the seed of power.
It's the seed of power. Yes.
On the top and the bottom.
The top and the bottom.
That's right.
So we're wonderfully and majestically and mystical and magically made.
Yes.
The mothers made no mistake. They gave us the power. And we run from it.
Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Well,
But if you're loyal to her, she's going to be loyal to you.
loyalty. You know, when you say loyalty, I'm sure a lot of people hear loyalty or think of the word loyalty, and they always think of somebody else. Their first thought is being loyal to whether it's someone else or an idea or even a job, whatever. But that loyalty to yourself, that means you have a certain standard and a quality of life that you expect to have. And so you're not going to just settle. That'll be being disloyal to yourself if you settle for anything beneath you, if you will. And when I say beneath you, I mean energetically speaking.
Yes. So, to sisters who have daughters, instill in your daughters the goldenness of their womb. Instill them the urgency, the magnificence, the marvelousness of the Wombversations. I hear sisters say, oh, well, I do affirmations and denials. But I very rarely hear sisters, unless she's a womb sister or, she has a doula. I very rarely hear sisters talk about the womb. Do you know that after you have a baby, that you shouldn't have sex for a whole year? Your womb has not even healed. And that your womb, should be bound. I mean, when I'm saying that you should wear a sling to bring that womb back into shape, back into its proper place. The womb should be kept warm. That area should not be allowed to be cold. She should be protected at all times. So once because the body, she shifts when she's given birth. Mm-hmm. So in order for her to heal properly, there should be no sexual activity for at least a year. She's the architect of existence.
Very delicate.
She's the oracle. She's the oraculum. She's the sacerdotal powers. Now, don't get me wrong. There's brothers who carry the sacerdotal powers, but that gift is from the bloodline of the mothers.
Right.
Now, can a brother tap into that? Yes. But it takes the brother to be able to understand and understand the androgynous of his being. So the mother can pass down that actually oracle power to her son. But can he be open to receive? We've always been able to be intuitive. We came here intuitive. We came here knowing and seeing and feeling. I don't know who determines for us who we are. This word empath. Who gave us that? We've always felt each other. let something happen in the melanated community, we automatically feel it. So now, I'm an empath. Well, who told you that? We've always felt each other. It's just in our innate nature. But whenever somebody gives us a word, here we go. Like I heard these sisters discussing, well, so-and-so, you're either millennium or you're a D. Who gives you that? That label thing that we talked about on Woosah Wednesday.
Yes.
And we follow those teachings. Like this word, the light. Do you know what that really means? Inside of you is an eternal flame in your womb. There sits an eternal flame in your womb. And when you recognize the Wombversations, that flame is lit from within. That's that radiance that I talk about. That's that generator that I talk about. That's that creation, that creator in you. That's that erect in you. That's where that flame is coming from that they want to call the light. So now, if I keep you on the light, you're not going to really deal with the darkness. Because that's where the power lies.
Right.
In the darkness.
Right.
We have to be careful. Dr. Wade Noble says, if you don't know our story, your story, you will fall for the European mystery. So we keep falling for these mysteries that they keep giving us. And we keep missing our stories. We've always felt each other. And when a sister can see or hear, we dimmed them down. So we had to dim it down. Because we didn't want anybody to know, because it was taboo. But now they prophesy in church. What's the difference? They do it in church. What's the difference? But because you're not in the church and you saying that I'm getting this message, your Wombversation, your ancestors, all of it is the same. But if you're going to truly be a Wombtress, you will always honor the womb and the Wombversation. So to every sister who has daughters and sons, share the knowledge, share the wisdom, share how important their womb and prostate is. And to listen to what it has to say. In the African spirituality, the womb, the mother, is highly revered. Everything comes from the mother Ashe. It's only in this American way of life that the mother isn't honored. So if a brother can't honor the mother way of life, then that means the brother can't honor his mother.
Right. And that's where it all begins.
Yes. So we have to help first of all, be a keeper of yourself. And like you say, when you can be a keeper of yourself, then you can be a keeper for somebody else. When you get on the plane, when they start giving you the direction, what do they say first? Put your who should you put your mask on? Thank you. So when you start with self, when we heal as a sister, we heal the nation. We all need each other. We can't do this by ourselves. We are all of a piece of the shard of the broken glass. And when the one glass, we all come back together. We all fit in the puzzle together. I hear sisters say, well, she acting crazy. Well, okay, first of all, why is that happening? And second of all, maybe she's doing what she needs to do for you to do what you need to do. So once again, we go with the label. Because if a sister ain't acting a certain way, we want to label her.
Yeah,
well, maybe
angry,
she,
or whatever.
right. Well, maybe she's doing this so you can see who you are. So let's not always be so quick to judge. Let's find out the root cause, as my teacher, Billy Topatati, has instilled. There's a root cause for everything. So go to the root. Go to the core. Go to the origin. And when you get the origin, healing can take place. There's an origin to us all.
Yes.
Nabaka Hill says the women united can never be defeated. The women united can never be divided. Mother, I feel you underneath my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat. J-Ma.
Mm-hmm.
Radiators, creators, generators, erectors.
Sure.
That's who we are. That's what we are.
Mm.
We come to uplift and instill, inspire humanity.
Yeah.
And to usher in this golden age. Wombversation with the Wombtress. So yes, when you massage in your womb, it ain't about nothing sexual. There's nothing wrong with that act. But it's deeper than just being a sexual act. Honor the womb, the power source, the power center, because that's where your power lies. And the deeper you can go into her, the deeper you can find your power. The deeper you can walk on the water. The deeper you can heal the sick. The deeper you can raise the dead. The deeper your oracle can go. The deeper your prophecy can go. You're the keeper of the keys. You're the keeper of the sacreds. You're the keepers of the song.
Good. I see.
You're the keepers of the temple. We are keepers to be honored, valued, worthy. There's no spot that we're not. Omniopulence, omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, all-knowing, all-power, all present. Infinite.
Yeah.
We're currency. Reverend Ike said money is like a sister. Money is a womb. Currency. Thela says water has no enemy. So if water has no enemy and we're water, we can't have an enemy.
Pure water.
Don't be your own enemy. Don't be your own enemy. Go in. Do all sisters have trauma? No. Some sisters have wonderful relationships with their mothers. But we can break that ceiling. We can stop the trauma and the drama. Now, some sisters like trauma. Some sisters like drama. That's your business. But I'm here for a healing. I'm here to be whole and complete. I'm here to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. And wealthy ain't always about money. Wealthy is enlarging and my legacy. Because we only think legacy is in the house you left somebody, or your car, and all those things we consider to be legacies. But your soul is poor. Your spirit is poor.
Come on, our minister.
Yes.
Whereas some people might only have 2 cents. And soul is rich. Spirit is powerful. So let's not get caught into what we think or what we see or what appears to be. Let's look inward.
Yes.
You know, how you live, what are you thinking, what are you eating, that determines to you who you are. Because I can guarantee you, when you truly need something, the universe, your Wombversation is going to contact a Wombtress or someone is going to call you. Someone is going to send you something. Someone is going to gift you something. That's how the Wombversation works for the Wombtress. When you're in tune with yourself and you know yourself. Yeah, I'm hearing the Pointed Sisters. I'm so excited. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. Sometimes you got to lose control. Well, let go of the narrative. Just be. Just be.
Just flow.
Just do it. What do you say? Fear is false evidence appearing real, feeling especially at risk. So we're going to take that feeling especially at risk and false evidence appearing real, and we're going to put it in a suitcase. We're going to pack it up.
Okay.
We're going to take worry and doubt. We're going to put it in a suitcase and we're going to pack it up. Right. And then we're going to put all of it in there. If that suitcase is running over, then strap it up, tie it up.
Yes. Bound it. Bind it.
And we're going to get some matches. And we're going to take a change of clothes. And we're going to take a trip to the water.
Okay.
And we're going to get out our car, our bike, or whatever and we're going to get that suitcase and the matches. And we're going to take our shoes off and we're going to walk on that sand. And we're going to feel the currency and the energy of that sand. We're going to let it electrify us and get us excited. And as we walk to that water, we're going to take some matches. And we're going to lay that suitcase right down before it goes into that water. We're going to we're going to light that suitcase up. And we're going to let that suitcase float on in that water. And as it gets halfway to the water, we're going to step in the water. And we're going to say, I let go of fear, worry, and doubt.
Worry and doubt.
I allow fear, worry, and doubt to be burnt out.
I allow fear, worry, and doubt to be burnt.
I accept that fear, worry, and doubt is gone. And when that suitcase gets so far and the only thing you can see fire, you're going to dump down in that water 3 times. See, we ain't afraid of drowning because guess what? We can walk on water. We're currency. And we're going to dunk ourselves 3 times in that water. And on the 3rd time we come up, we're going to say, I surrender all.
I surrender all.
And we're going to come out that water. And when we're on the way out that water, we're going to take every garment that we had on. We're going to let it float on.
Float on.
And we're going to come back to that sand. And we're going to go in our car, bike, or whatever, and we're going to put on our new garment. And we're going to be rebirthed and renewed. Because we're going to have a Wombversation with the Wombtress.
Ashe, 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 oh.
Ashe.
Y'all walk on the sand.
And we're going to take that ankh tonight, and we're going to lay it on our womb. If you got an ankh tonight, sleep with her on your womb. Let life float into you.
Okay.
If you don't have an unk, take your hands and lay her on top of you, right there where your wombs, and right there, and then pelvic. Sleep like that. Just sleep just like that. And listen. Because if you see a brother stands with his hands in front of his prostate.
Mm-hmm.
So how we stand? Striking a pose?
Twist it to the side.
Yeah. But pay attention how our ancestors did when they took a picture. Straight up.
Usually not.
No smile. Mm-hmm. You know why they didn't smile? They felt like it was a mockery to smile. But you could feel they are shy. So they didn't need to smile. But look at pictures now. There's no ashe. Because we too busy skinning and grinning. We striking a pose.
Yeah, we posing with the mouth.
Yeah.
We hiding. Copying. Trying to duplicate instead of being our original copy. I'm so grateful for this time and space that we have here, the grand rising of the Matriarch. What a powerful time we are in. We're so grateful, so grateful. So grateful, so grateful.
Yes.
Yeah. Magnificent, magical, marvelous time. Yes. So grateful. Check us out at www.mastervibration13.com. Hit us up on that cash app, money sign, SEG 13 love. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining us. See you on Wombversations Wednesday. Don't forget about the rapper. Hit us up.
I take hold of the energy and ride the frequency. My soul makes the melody of my life, so I must see. Every tune that comes through me brings balance to my being. I have the power to change the direction in me through sound. I have the power to change the direction in me through my mind. I am creation, I am animation, I am bright, vibrant star in all of the constellations. I am zip, pepper, sass, punch, bounce, moxie, mojo, whatever you call it. I am Ajay, 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 Ajay. Ajay, 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 Ajay. Ajay, 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 Ajay. Ajay, 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 Ajay. Ajay, 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 13 Ajay, 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 13 Ajay. Ajay, Ajay. Ajay, 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 13 Ajay, 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 13 Ajay. Ajay, Ajay. Ajay, 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 Ajay.
Honors to im-ojyemi.